Do you think about me? Do you think about me? Do you think about me? Do you
Milk
think
helps.
about me? Do you think about
From
me?
one doctor to another.
Do you think about me? Do you think about me? Do you think about me? Do you think about me?
Finally, the boys are delicious. Walk one. What's going on? I'm your boy Dylan Wannenberg.
My boy Touche.
In the building.
Yes, sir.
Today, we have an exciting guest on the show.
One that you guys have been waiting for. A lot of you guys have a chat with me about this, and the time has arrived, man. Yeah.
My brother, Dr. Sia.
Dr. Sia,
How you
welcome.
doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good,
I would
good,
reach
thank
over,
you.
but hi. Dr. Sia, if you would just like to give us a basic description, like a one sentence of what type of doctor you are you basic, like just a general doctor, or like what's your role,
Let's just
basically?
get that out of the way.
Because I feel like this man only thinks you're a sex doctor, and that's all.
I'll answer your question later on, I said. Okay. So I'm a primary healthcare doctor.
Okay.
I work in a primary healthcare setting, and my social media is sexual health and reproductive health. So that is my niche in the social media, and that's what I'm trying to do, educate people. Yeah.
You're not far off, though.
Perfect. Yeah,
Not too far
off.
All right, and then just to get the episode going, as usual, guys, we play a game where under your bottle of water you have a green piece of paper, and we also have the same paper. And on the paper there's 3 words, and throughout the podcast you need to try and use those words without us knowing. As always, guys, there will be a punishment if he gets it wrong, or if we get it wrong.
Spicy wings.
The wings, yeah.
So you can take your page.
Mine's over here.
You can see your words.
This week we had somebody else write it for us, so at least it'll be legible. Yo, this is very neat. This is so neat.
I thought it's a medical thing.
Yo.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's rumble. It's a bit
All
difficult,
right.
but let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
I will start off with some basic questions.
Sure.
Dr. Sia, where are you originally from? You're not from South Africa originally, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I've been here for the past 17 years,
Okay.
but I'm Persian.
Great. Yeah.
I was born, grew up in Kuwait.
Okay.
I studied in Moscow, where the oligarchs are. And I came here around 16, 17 years ago to do research, and now I'm working. Yeah.
All right. That research that you came to do, obviously within the line of work that you're doing now, right?
Actually, it was research in heart surgery. So I came and
Okay.
worked in Christian Barnard building. Yeah.
Okay.
So because I did some heart surgery research at med school. So I applied. They said, come, pay your tuition fees, pay your scholarship. I was like, why not?
Yo, doctor, heart surgery, bro. Proper doctor vibes. Crazy. And that type of journey, moving from place to place, obviously is like not the easiest to do in a sense. Also in terms of understanding your career path. Any challenges that you may have faced, you don't have to go too deep into it, but what did you find really difficult moving to a new country, first of all, and the medical field of maybe where you were to where you are now? Is that something that challenged you, or is it something that you kind of got into fairly easy?
I think I got into very easy because I've been living in different countries throughout my life. So I can move to Nepal and probably within 3-4 days I feel like home, you know. So
Really?
so that's probably I've developed over years.
Yeah.
Medically, I think they're all fairly the same. It's just the challenges for a medical doctor, it's just the working hours. You don't have you don't have a social life. You work.
Yeah.
If
I've
if
heard
you,
that.
you need to have a passion to do it. If you don't have passion,
Yeah.
the money is not worth it. You can probably make more just doing and
Yeah.
study normal. But I mean, by the time I finish, you do have to do 6 years of med school. You have to do 2 years of internship here. You have to do a year of ComServe, and then 1 or 2 years to work before you specialize, which another 4 or 5 years. I mean,
That's like
unless it's a
15
passion,
years.
yeah. Unless it's a passion, don't go for it. Yeah.
But you see, you're really passionate about your job. Because I see you have quite a good social media accounts. TikTok over 2.5 million, eh?
2.6, 6, 7, yeah.
Okay.
So-
million. Yo.
So I think it's overall over 3 million, but 3 years ago, I had like 4 pictures on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I joined TikTok like everybody else during the pandemic. I started making, because I was getting messages like every day, 20 messages. I have this symptom. Do I have COVID? What do I take for COVID? So I was like, I'm going to make one video and everybody can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's everything started. And within 6 months, I was working with the WHO. I was in British Medical Journal. So it's been a very rewarding experience.
So basically on your TikTok, you just give advice on health and
I give guidance.
guidance. Okay.
So it started with general medical myths. I was busting. Was my thing.
Mm.
Nope.
Nope.
And then, and then I debunked one sexual health video and it got like more than 30 million views.
Yeah.
And I could see like people not really educated on the topic because of the comments they were saying.
Mm.
So I was like, that's going to be my thing to
Yeah.
simplify sexual health for people.
I think a lot of people have a lot of questions in general with this type of stuff though, because I feel like it's becoming less taboo of a conversation.
True.
But it's definitely been a topic that people avoid. And growing up, I feel that sex education is done at school, but that's basically where it ends. And I think a lot of parents don't dive into those conversations because of the awkward stigma that it holds. So I think like your platform is doing some great things for a lot of people, just in terms of opening their eyes in things that should just be, for lack of a better term, common knowledge.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think that the parents don't know how to talk to the children because
Yeah.
they were never taught by their parents.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
they don't know how to do it. And the questions I get on my platform, like, I kissed a boy and my period is delayed. Am I pregnant? And these are not like 7, 8 years
What?
old. These are like 13, 14, 15, 16 years olds. That's why I make such videos and I make it so simple.
Yeah.
So they can,
We're telling
Yeah.
you to have a clone like this.
You see now, eh?
No, man. And then in terms of all of this though, like you're saying now, somebody asking you whether kissing led to pregnancy or whatever the case is that like the craziest question that you faced in the sense of like, really? Is this really what you're asking me? Obviously there's things that as a doctor you get asked that has to remain private
Yeah.
and confidential, but is there anything that you like that you are able to share with us where you're like,
I think the names should remain confidential, but I think I can say that.
okay, yeah,
I mean, I
the
don't think
story.
some
Yeah,
of them I
don't say
can mention
names.
on a podcast.
Oh,
I mean, they are like they
trust
plus
people say some
25.
bad- Oh, yo,
next level. But I think the most surprising questions are. Can I say dry humping here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
People
was
swear, you
on
can say anything you
People
want
swear
to.
and stuff on you. There's
like
some-
I used my finger, or my boyfriend used the fingers, or I was dry humping, or I kissed. My period is delayed. Am I pregnant? These are the most surprising questions.
crazy,
But I'm
yeah.
not surprised anymore. I get obviously worse question, which I don't feel comfortable
Yeah,
sharing
yeah.
here. But this is the reason why I keep doing it, because
To educate.
to educate. Because I mean, we might have some kind of sex education at school,
Mm.
which is probably very basic. Some countries probably they don't. So having this international audience and trying to be able to do this on a global level,
For
it's
sure.
very rewarding. Yeah.
I think you're really doing a great job with what you do.
Phenomenal one.
Because literally, when I've spoken about your name to some other people to say that you're going to be on the podcast, they already knew who you were, which shows that your platform is reaching out to a large amount of people, let alone just the numbers that it's pulling. What's your view with our education system in South Africa in a sense? Would you feel that like you could play a better role in educating our educators towards that conversation of sex education?
Or what do you think that we should do better to educate
So
the
we're
I
kids?
lacking,
think
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I was at the seminar like a few days ago, and they're talking about sex education in school, and one person mentioned that it's not actually teacher's job, because they're also not comfortable doing it and they're not trained. So I think by having maybe a counselor at the school
Mm.
that can counsel on contraception, on
Yes.
pregnancy. I think we have a teenage pregnancy problem here because people don't know that if you have sex and you don't ejaculate inside, doesn't mean not gonna fall pregnant,
Mm.
because we have this pre-cum or pre-ejaculate that you can still make you pregnant.
Yeah.
Because this lack of education, like if you have sex for the first time, not gonna fall pregnant. That's obviously wrong. So
Yeah.
there is lots of this miseducation or
Like they get like it's like a lack
misperception.
of
yes. So I think just basic education. If somehow the government, I'm not gonna trust the government here.
No, but for sure.
Can cut this part.
But I think it's a good statement that you're making though, because yes, we're speaking about sex education, but there's so many aspects within our education system that's lacking. We can speak about the mathematical departments. We can speak about the engineering departments. It's all departments that are important into career paths of kids that are going to be the future for our country.
But it's never 6 apartments.
What you were smoking earlier?
Haven't touched it yet.
But
Nope.
nope. Yeah, your sex life on that stuff, bro. I have a question.
Okay.
I don't want to name the brand, but does smoking vapes and
Yes,
stuff,
of course.
Yo, I didn't even get-
Affects sex drive and sex.
does it
And your
heighten it or
penis.
lower it?
Enhance
Your
it.
penis.
It enhances
No,
it.
because smoking.
I can believe if it enhances it.
No, it doesn't enhance it. He's a young
I'm
guy,
still a
so he's
virgin.
still.
Why are you laughing? You don't even know me. That man laughing.
Even he knows you.
So
At least you guys know.
Comment if he's a
virgin with
or
a
not.
guy, maybe. Yeah. Maybe he's a virgin with a guy. But anyway, so smoking does. You cut these parts, right? Because Alex's
swing
face
both
is very
ways.
serious.
Maybe.
Alex's face is very serious. Like, don't talk like this. Okay, so smoking does affect your penis.
Mm.
And in the long term, it's going to affect you with erectile dysfunction and decrease libido and stuff. Because it's going to decrease your blood flow to your penis. You may be excited now and happy and all these things, but then over time, it's...
You're all screwed.
Everyone's fucked. Just you put this vape away.
Crazy.
But there's obviously cigarettes as well. That's worse.
Yeah, of
right?
course, yeah.
Cigarettes much worse.
I'm not going to that debate. I think there's studies that show that vapes are worse, but they're both as bad.
Shisha?
Yeah.
Pipe? That thing there?
No, that thing is bad.
Worse?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
There goes your
But I
life.
know what people say. People are going to say, oh, you live once, whatever. But I'm like, do you want it to work when you're like at 40, 50, 60?
That's
or
soon, bro.
For who?
You.
Yo, it's crazy.
Mad. Is there anything else that you feel like... Yo, I don't even have to say anything else. I can literally tap into the aspect of like... I got some questions from the public that we'll tap into a little bit more deeper, but a lot of them are alcohol related and how alcohol affects sex drive. Should I just tap into those questions now or go straight into them? Okay.
Yeah.
So the one question was, do you know of Henny, as in like Hennessy?
do I know?
Hennessy, the drink, the alcohol.
No.
So what is Hennessy? It's a cognac, right? So there's a thing called Henny dick, which is like if you drink too much Hennessy, or like in the sense of a cognac, you can't get hard.
Okay.
How does alcohol...
Is it only any though?
I don't know if it's
Like,
only
isn't
Henny.
it just whiskey dick?
Or they call it whiskey dick, Henny dick, yeah.
Ah.
So like, is that a legitimate thing that
Like, does it
alcohol
affect
can
you?
like...
I'm not sure about the immediate effect. I don't drink, but I see lots
Yeah.
of comments. They say when they drink, they can last longer. But I know
Hey, there's that
alcohol.
tipping point.
I think alcohol in the long term also affects
Yeah.
the penis and libido and stuff. Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that though, because like moving on to the other question is the effect of alcohol on females, and people were asking here, does beer, for example, affect a lady different to a guy because of the amount of yeast within beer? Hey, I don't know. People are asking questions here.
Who asking? Can
I
can you
can't say
give me
who.
the name?
I can't give names. Do you want to help them personally?
Steven.
I'm not sure. So alcohol, like for females and alcohol, like I would say, like for example, if you want to fall pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol, because it's going to increase risk of you being difficult falling pregnant.
Yeah.
Smoking, stress, all these things. Like if you want to fall pregnant, most people ask me about what's the best sex position or what's the best time.
Yo,
to
that's
fall
What is the
pregnant.
best sex
That's on the
position?
list, yeah. That is on the
But
list.
you're
yeah.
a virgin. I can't tell
Yeah,
you.
but
these
then I
things.
wanna try.
Close your ears.
Well,
You're
what
still a
is-
teenager. When you grow
He's,
up, I'll tell you these things.
his first time he wants to use that one.
Yeah. Which one is this one?
Can we
Okay,
don't,
yeah.
don't get too excited.
Yeah.
Can we finish the
Got
Finish that and
excited
then we'll
there.
get to that.
So
Virgin
they ask me
life.
this question. So I tell them, instead of like focusing on a position or a time of, which is also important, the time of the month that you must
Yeah.
try these things, it's try to optimize your conditions. Like if you're overweight or underweight, it's going to affect your
Possibility.
chances of falling
Yeah.
pregnant. Diet also important. Smoking. I think even coffee. If you drink coffee, more than 200 milligrams of caffeine a day, which I think 3-4 cups,
That's a lot
that
of
increases
coffee.
the risk of miscarriages. So like you need to optimize
Yo.
everything if you want to fall pregnant. And then about positions, there is no research proving any specific position, but the ones that can reach you the deeper penetration. Don't get too excited. Yeah, deeper penetration, so you can ejaculate closer to the cervix.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's, but there's no specific position. Yeah,
Oh.
Some-
Okay.
oh.
can try all of them.
Okay. Try.
I think you should
My
cut
brother.
lots of
What? Okay. You've literally in one question ticked off most of this, but anyway, somebody asked, why is it important to urinate after sex, or is it important?
It is important for females to urinate after sex because it's going to decrease your chances of getting UTIs,
Okay.
because the female's urethra, like the space from where you pee to your bladder, is very short, so the bacteria can travel easily. So it is good to pee after sex.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I know some females, they like to douche. Do you know what the douche means? Douche. So when you flush water inside your vagina to clean it up. So I
Hectic,
think
okay.
that's not recommended. It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
It's actually gonna mess up your vaginal pH. So
It's the same conversation in the sense of like some ladies are it's like they're under the impression that they need to use soaps and all of that, and like that will also affect your pH balance.
yes, because vagina is a self-cleansing organ. So
Yeah.
you don't need anything to go there.
Gents, you don't have a self-cleansing organ, so please clean.
Just wash with the water and
Yeah.
unscented soap.
All right.
You guys looking at me.
That's only you.
It's my last podcast.
We're fired.
What is the craziest way that most people don't realize you could fall pregnant?
Craziest way, I think that's, I mentioned earlier, craziest way, if you have sex and don't ejaculate inside, people think you're not gonna fall pregnant.
Mm.
That is, I think out of 100, like you have a 78 chance of not falling pregnant, but like 28% chance of falling pregnant. So it
quick
is very
maths.
bad. I mean, most people fall pregnant by not ejaculating inside because you have pre-cum that
Yeah,
contains sperms. See, he's taking notes. I like it.
I am.
That's the craziest thing. And I think that's why, another thing, if you're having sex and not on contraception, don't come surprised, oh, I'm pregnant. Obviously, if you're having sex and not on contraception, this plus this equals pregnancy. Okay.
Mm.
So if you're teenager or whatever, don't want to fall pregnant, you want to plan it properly, be on contraception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone sent this through and as a confession, but as while we're on this topic, I wanted to read it. This person said, I went to Clicks today and was told it was my last time ever trying to buy the morning after pill.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, you're supposed to only take one a year, and I've already taken 3.
Okay, that is wrong. You can take morning after pills as often as you want.
Okay.
But the thing is that they're not going to work if you have already ovulated.
Mm.
They're not going to work if you are like obese or overweight above certain BMI. So it's not ideal. They're not like 100% effective. So the best thing, so they don't give you often because they want you to go on a more permanent contraception. Otherwise, you can take it as many times.
And does it affect you? Because I know some people said like you won't fall pregnant and stuff like that.
No. So
Nothing.
contraception in general, all of them, they don't affect your fertility. So if you're on contraception for like 5 years, it might take few months or immediate or up to 1 year for you to fall pregnant, but it doesn't affect your fertility.
Yo, I
And
didn't
which
know
one
that.
is the safest one for the ladies out there?
Best man.
No,
Just,
because I know. Whoa, no,
I've never
relax.
had
Chill.
this question from a guy. Okay.
What's it called? The UPS. What's it?
UPS.
No, man. What's it called?
This
UID. IUD.
This man's
IUD.
busy with
So I
ESCOM.
know someone that has ID. Is that the safest option?
There is no safest option. They're all like above 99 point something percent effective. So
That's enough.
if one of them
That's
doesn't
more than enough.
work for you, you can go to, if the injections doesn't work for you, you can go on pills. Pill doesn't work, you can go on Implanon, which is like a strip like under your skin.
Under the
under
skin,
arm.
yeah.
Yes. Or you can go on the IUD. Actually, I went on the promenade the other day and asked questions and asked people what IUD means.
Tell them, what does IUD mean?
IUD.
Stands for what?
Only for $40. If you- oh,
International.
International
the
Unorgasm.
fact that he's laughing, he probably just laid you the wrong way now.
I don't know which one is this one.
Which one is this one?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
You.
I myself don't know.
Anyone.
Yeah, what is it?
Intrauterine device, yeah.
I knew it was device.
You know a lot of stuff, eh? Sure. Impressive. You can get $100 later. Yeah, literally. Okay, then though you already tapped onto some confessions.
Yeah, but that last question you asked
Oh.
earlier. Can you just repeat that one that you said, yeah? About you breaking, Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that scared him a lot. I'll ask for you. Is there what sex position is the most dangerous in terms of potentially breaking your penis?
I think the woman being on top. Yeah.
And I've heard. Apparently that's the best, isn't it?
Best for breaking or what?
No.
I don't know. Everybody's
Nine
You
different.
Germans
must
I
break
don't
your
know how you
virginity,
like-
bro, not your dick.
You can just try all of them, see which one you like most. Yeah.
And like, so if your dick breaks, right? Then what happens? Like, can you fix
That's a
it?
good question, actually.
Yeah. So there's no bone there. So when it breaks, you go to the emergency department because I'm sure it's gonna be very painful. And then they'll sort you out.
Okay, yeah. I've heard another thing. Alright? This person said,
You hear a lot of stuff.
no. It's actually interesting.
We should have like an episode only me and him answering these questions.
Dylan needs help, guys.
Guys, it's not me. I know a lot of crazy sick guys out
Okay.
there that, have experienced things. So they said, I think I've read it or I've seen it somewhere. Or someone told me. They said, like, if you're having sex and, like, you're obviously inside, whatever, and someone comes in and you get a fright, then it can, like, the girl, like, can grip your penis. Is that true? And, like, you must go to the hospital.
Nah.
Is that not true?
Yo, then you love me like dogs.
Yes. No, really.
The way dogs.
No, I believe you're virgin. Okay, sorry.
I believe. If you guys
No,
didn't hear that, he literally said,
someone
"I
said it,
believe
so
you're a
is that
virgin."
not-
No, I don't. I've
Never heard of that
never
before.
heard of that. Maybe it could be true, but I don't think so. No.
You're gonna get a phone call next week. He's like, "Guys, somebody came in and they literally said, Dylan, you genius."
So what advice would you give young teenagers out there about sex and safety?
I would advise on contraception because obviously you don't want to fall pregnant when you're 15, 16, 17, 18. Also, sex education because contraception will protect you from pregnancy, but not going to protect from HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia,
True.
and STIs. Over and over, having STIs, or if it's untreated, it can lead to complication like
Yeah.
decreased risk of your pregnancy and can affect infertility. Yeah, so
Yeah.
can cause infertility. I mean, yeah,
And I think
so-
that's a message to the parents out there as well, though, in the sense of like, yes, you have teenagers, but like your teenager might not make that decision because they won't be as educated on the topic. So the
Yeah.
parents out there as well, like take note of it, man, and like especially those that have daughters,
Have
pay
the chat.
attention, but also the young sons out
The
there, like
birds and the
have those
bees.
conversations.
Have the chat.
No, for sure. Then also, I wanted to ask you, Doc, on your social media, very large following on your platforms. You mentioned that you started COVID time. Yeah. So it's a very fast progression to where you are now. And you explained about how you went about it. But as a doctor, how do you find content creation? Because a lot of content creators find producing content as quite a tough thing to do. But for you, how do you go about, like you just said, you went to the prom and you went to go record.
Yeah, that was
You know?
that was actually my first time approaching people.
And how was
So
that?
I'm very
Yeah.
like an introverted person. Well, I'd like to, maybe I was, but I mean, with changing with time.
Yeah.
It is very difficult for doctors, especially with such a large following, to make contents, because I spend on average 6 hours for one video of research. That's just research.
Yo.
You've seen my videos.
Yeah.
Looks very simple. Looks 12. It's like 12 seconds, but on those 12 seconds, there is 7 hours of research, of trying, matching with the beat, because I'm working with like organizations like WHO, UNICEF before. I think US Department of Health also like had a meeting with them a few weeks ago. So I cannot just
Put anything
put
out
stuff
there.
that is not
Factual.
proven scientifically.
Yeah.
Even when brands come to me and they want to promote this supplement, I spend like days on research. And if it's not proven, I cannot
Promote.
I
it or
have
whatever the
values
case
and
is.
reputation to uphold to.
Yeah.
So it is difficult for medical creators. Plus, if you have a full-time job, which is already exhausting in this country with the amount of hours you work, weekends,
For sure.
corruption, you're short-staffed,
No power.
you like no power. So it's,
Yeah.
you have generators generally in hospital, but if it's not working, so it's a mess.
Yeah.
So to go through that, and then you come home, and then you have to still research. It is,
Training.
that's one of the reasons why I haven't been very active
Mm,
lately, but I'm already planning to start
for sure.
from next month again.
That's pretty crazy, and it's cool that you mentioned the fact of the amount of hours that you put into your research, because there's a lot of content out there that is clickbait, that is not factual, and it's concerning because some of these people that are putting the content out there themselves are playing the role of a medical doctor in the medical field and a professional, but yet the apps that we're on, as we already know, and ourselves as well, most of our followers are youngsters.
Exactly.
And they very easily put into a position of just believing anything. So yeah, guys, if you follow Dr. Sia, at least you know there's proper research done behind what he puts out there, which is commendable in that sense, especially
Thank
with the
you.
amount of hours you say you have in the day.
Plenty of hours
Plenty.
just for research, guys.
When do you sleep?
When
Do you sleep?
I sleep, I do sleep because
you're-
haven't been
He's human,
actively
Jay.
creating
Bro, with the amount of hours
content.
he's talking about now,
Yeah, so I think
that's a lot.
talking about sleep, I think sleep is like one of the most underrated. I think if you talk about oxygen, water, sleep should come like one of their third place,
Yeah.
definitely, because there's a book called Why We Sleep. I think everybody needs to read the book.
For Dylan is their audiobook.
No, no, don't. I listen to audiobooks, especially when I go back. When you go to work,
My
like
brother.
when you go to work, 20 minutes, suddenly within a week or two, you finish a book. It's the like the things that happen during your sleep. Like you, even as a doctor, I thought you just sleep for your muscles to relax, whatever. But the way the cerebrospinal fluid clears the toxins from your brain, the creative things. It's like it's a lot of things that's happening there. So sleep is very important, especially if you want to be creative. 8 hours of sleep, that's everybody needs to sleep. And people who sleep 6 hours and say, "Oh, I'm perfect." Come, let's do some cognitive test, and see how perfect you are. Because
That's
when
not
you
fair.
are
I'm just not smart.
because when you are not 100%, you won't know that you're not 100%.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's why we just didn't do that good at school, bro. Just weren't sleeping enough. Bro.
Another question for you, doctor. That's so quiet.
that people ask.
They know that people ask, not me. That people ask.
Okay, now I'll say who.
Who you?
No.
Oh.
Anyway, so I play rugby, and a few of my other friends also play rugby, and it's almost like a myth for them. Like on a Friday, they won't have sex because they think on a Saturday
No, one night
they need to
stands.
perform on a Saturday, And so is that true? Like, or isn't it like?
It's not
Can
true.
you empty on a Friday and then play while on a Saturday?
You can.
Can you?
You can. So actually,
Hey,
they,
Bams is your answer.
because
Bams is the
Because-
guy that asked.
because I'm also I used to play football. I used to captain my faculty in football, and I watch football obviously.
Mm.
Man United.
I was about to say yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because other teams were bad. But anyway, so I know like football players not allowed to have sex before the match or something. But there's a research that they did. They said if you have sex, like immediately afterwards, it's gonna affect your performance, but not like the next day. So it doesn't really affect your performance for the next day. It's probably more like for sportsmen has like effect of like being disciplined and focused.
Yes, yeah.
But affecting your performance, no, doesn't. So you can
But the
enjoy.
counter to that, though, if you don't, in Dylan's terms, empty, and you board up, does that not provide like my English a heightened
Nah.
level of
No.
testosterone?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, it doesn't affect your testosterone.
Interesting.
I know there's this no fab movement and there's a masturbation thing. I think the only effect of not you holding yourself from masturbating, I think it's only the discipline thing in it. But as long as you doing it and it's not affecting your life, like you're not like so tired that you can't
Yeah.
eat or shower or
You imagine being that tired. You can't even eat.
Then-
just
then it's fine. You can
Yeah.
actually there was some very small study. They said if the guy masturbates 21 days a month, it can lower your risk of prostate cancer. It's a small study, but you can
21 days.
Yeah.
21 times.
Yo.
yeah,
Oh, 21
days.
times.
In a day.
I would say it's
What?
Yo.
yeah, of course, in one a day. What?
You can go try
Are you
that
weak?
now.
This man.
Apologies, bro.
I think there should be lots of cuts in this podcast. Okay?
We're cutting nothing. It's just raw
Do you
footage.
wanna jump onto the confessions that you have?
Yeah, so we have a few confessions that someone I already read one. That people have sent through. Every week they send a few confessions. This other person says, I really don't enjoy the deed. I don't crave for it, and I don't find it enjoyable in the slightest. Is there something wrong with me? I've had my hormones checked and they're normal. What's wrong?
So the thing is that when you have problems, sex problems, you need to go and see a sexologist, who's a person who, whether they're a psychologist or a medical doctors who have a degree or a diploma in sexology. It's not everything always hormones. It could be maybe if you have depression, anxiety, in your relationship, if you're having problems, this is all going to affect your libido. So I wouldn't jump and say your hormones are fine, there's something wrong with you. I would advise that person to go see a sexologist, which we have in Cape Town. There's few. You can just, actually more than few, you can just search them and
Yeah.
see one.
Okay, this other guy says, I want to talk. Why does no one believe me?
Honestly, it's gonna be like, who's all these guys?
No, but we're not allowed to say the name of the person.
No, of course. Yeah. But
So,
that was
this
cute. Yeah, it was
guy,
cute.
You know,
yeah.
a lot of people with problems.
This guy, Humphrey. I want to start taking steroids, but I'm worried if Johnny will get smaller. Is it true?
It's not going to get smaller, but it's going to affect your sperm. Well, okay, the
Sperm
smaller
count.
part, no, it's not going to affect the size, but it's going to affect your sperm. So if you're on steroid, just testosterone, similar things, it's going to suppress your sperm. Like you can become basically infertile
Yo.
completely. So you need to know the risk of taking, because as you age, your level of testosterone will come down. And there are some people who have like medical conditions where their testosterone level is low, but then you give them testosterone to have normal life, like no
Yeah.
fatigue, normal sex drive. But this bodybuilder, they take like 10 times the amount of testosterone that you're supposed to take for normal medical reasons. So yeah, it does affect your penis. I think one of my videos,
But it won't shrink.
No more injections.
I think with age, it will shrink. If you're obese, I think there's another question that, I made a video about, can you increase size of your penis? And I said no. And I got all these people from Pumulanga or somewhere there. They have They have a plant. They told me these people are not joking. They told me when you're a child, you get a plant, and as you plant grows, your penis gonna grow. And whenever you're happy with the size,
Here's your plant.
you
Damn right it is.
and whenever you're happy with the size, you throw the plant away. There's some cause and name for it, but I'm sure they're gonna come to the comment section of this podcast and they're gonna fight you guys. But there is no way to increase size of your penis. Please, guys, don't waste money on pills,
Penis
oils,
enlargements and stuff.
enlargements.
Yo, they drive
nah.
all over Joburg. Penis enlargement, no matter where you go.
But surely there's something that can make it bigger.
Nah. What? So like if you're obese and if you lose weight, it's gonna kind of like make it look bigger. If you don't trim, shave, you can do
So
that.
the size
and
of your body and stuff will make it look
Yeah,
bigger or not. That's
yeah.
why bodybuilders say they look small. Because they gotten bigger. Sure.
Oh no, I mean like when you're obese, I assume you're like
Oh,
your
you just
stomach, your
can't see.
skin kind of like.
Oh.
Mm.
So,
I
but
thought I had a point. I really thought I had
I mean,
one.
there is surgery that you can do and can increase it by like an inch, so like 2 centimeters or something. But that surgery also comes with lots of risks. So you don't want to risk that one penis that you have.
Or next
I don't know. I
conversation.
think everybody has one.
That's it.
Is that
All
it?
the confessions, yeah.
Yo, we didn't even try. Guess.
You didn't even guess a word, doc. Come on, man.
Guess you guys didn't guess.
Did you use any of your
Did you use
words?
your word?
I used the word.
A word.
Yeah.
What was it?
Am I allowed to say it?
Yes, you're allowed to
Yes.
say no.
Oligarch.
What?
Oligarch.
Oligarch. Okay. What is that?
Now, why the hell would you put words we don't know?
Exactly.
What is that?
I said when I saw it in Moscow where the oligarchs are.
I heard you say that and I was like, you know what? Fair. I don't know that.
some penis,
I thought you mumbled and
penis
I was like-
condition.
I was like, okay, it's the accent. I didn't get it.
So my other word is, so English is my third language, so I'm not that good. It says another one
still
bites
better.
the dust. Is it like a part
Another
of a
one
song?
bites the dust. It's a
But
song.
I don't know does it mean. I don't know how to use it.
How
So
is that medical?
So how many other languages can you speak?
I speak Persian,
To be
Arabic,
fair, my last
English,
one's not
Russian.
medical
Huh?
either.
Russian.
Yeah. Go. Did you get any?
I got one. Swing both ways.
What?
Swing both ways. In
Oh,
other words-
okay, yeah.
Swing both ways.
Is that all you got? I kind of believed you.
Okay. Sure.
And the other one?
Jokes.
I should have used this when you were on that topic, but I couldn't get it out. Prostate exam
Oh,
and then
good easy ones.
infections.
Infections.
Are prostate exams awkward? They must be, surely.
When you're a doctor, there's nothing awkward. Like you don't have emotion things. Like as I always tell,
Even when you start. Sorry, I
When
know
you
we're getting
start-
away from you, but yeah.
no, when you start, everything probably is awkward. But I think with experience, you don't have emotions. Like you do things for like if somebody comes here with a stab head, probably half of you gonna faint, the other half gonna run away. I'll be like the first one. Okay, you do this, you do that, because when the emergency comes, and plus, if you want to
Okay, my camera.
have emotions for everything that you go through, you're gonna be traumatized.
Yeah.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why doctors have like highest rate of depression and stuff, because we see lots of crazy things. And
Yeah.
if you don't know how to block these emotions and have feeling for everything, it's like I have 1 or 2 tears whenever I give bad news or a
Yeah.
child pass away, because he's still human. You're not
Yeah.
gonna get used to those things. But I think you get more experience on how to be more resilient, how to block
Yeah.
these things. But then it's it's just like
But I guess that's why you guys also have like access to psychologists and stuff, probably. Do you?
do we have?
Access to psychologists.
We do, like a Department of Health have like
Yeah.
I think Metropolitan, but most of my colleagues like have been psychiatrists, psychologists. Again, not necessarily doctors, but I think all of us need a psychologist, for example, because
For
mental health is as important as physical health. Like if something is wrong with your toe, you go see a doctor, but when you're stressed, you don't go to
Your psychologist.
psychologist because
Yeah.
they're going to teach you skills that's going to improve you.
For
You
sure.
learn how to cope better with
Yeah.
life stresses and stuff.
I've always wanted to ask a doctor this.
Yeah, you also got one more question from me as well, but go for it.
Has anybody gone for you, like chased you, like
Has anybody tried to hit on you, like get with you? Like
At work.
yeah, but like
they
like
Did
did.
he
a-
choose? Yeah.
I worked for like 2 months at Altis River Clinic, and there was a girl who said something in
Altis River.
Afrikaans, and I was like, sorry, I don't speak Afrikaans. She's like, doctor, I'm out of breath. I need mouth to mouth. And I was like, you're breathing very fine. Just stay in your chair, stay there, give the
Crazy.
medication, gone. Yeah,
I know your next
that's very
question.
direct.
Is that it?
Yeah, but mostly, yeah. I think
His question is leading towards, does it happen in the medical field? Like, do doctors have you ever heard of a doctor being getting hit on and it's like the patient has a chance or does something?
Yeah.
I don't know how to ask this without being so
Yeah.
straightforward.
I guess it happens, but like personal
Not that you-
experience, no.
yeah, no.
But I think like even people think like doctors are like this unapproachable people. Like even like when I walk outside, I can see people recognize me and they look and come say hi, like, you know. But
Yeah.
it's I think people have this doctor
Yeah.
there.
Because always see in the
So-
shows, man. Like the doctor falls in love with her.
In the shows, yes. Can I just say something, please, guys? I think my wife hates watching medical thing with me because I'm like, this is fake. No, this doesn't happen. Or no, this doesn't. That's CPR. You know, the guys, have you seen this one? Like when there's a line, "Deet,"
Yeah.
and then they shock the person.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
What?
That is wrong. Like when you have a straight line, you don't shock. You have to give adrenaline, do CPR, and everything. You shock when you have it's different thing, different electrical activities.
Crazy.
So that when this thing goes and they shock, I'm like, please switch.
You're all lying to us.
No one watch this one.
Next.
I actually have one last question.
Sure.
I know you said you don't really get fazed by much. Like you can see somebody with a knife in the head or whatever, and you'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Has there ever been a case that's come into your presence where you literally couldn't hold your laugh in? Like you just burst out laughing? Because me personally, there's some things that I would laugh at. But that's just me.
No,
Oh.
I don't think.
Yes, bro.
Wow.
Imagine, don't pull faces here. Can you imagine no, let me not even give an example.
I might have like pulled out like a face, but no, you can't laugh. No, I've never laughed. Like when you have
Hey, it's a tough one.
maggots coming out of
That
your
would be funny.
foot or head or whatever. That's
Oh.
you see such severe cases. Like you obviously get surprised, but laughing, you have to be professional. You can't laugh.
Like
Wouldn't
you
say.
would laugh if
I
somebody
wouldn't
came
laugh.
in with a broken penis.
No,
But look at you now already.
No, it isn't.
Exactly. Okay, the words I use two of mine. I use the word inject because of the steroids thing.
Okay, nice.
And then one night stand. I said no one night stands. But I didn't know how to use terminal.
terminal illness. I got concussion. I don't know how I was supposed to concussion
You
in
played
sex
rugby.
education. Oh, yeah.
You should have said he's got a concussion by all these questions he's asking.
Yeah, see, next time. Season 2.
But Doc, thanks for coming onto the podcast.
Should we have a hot wing for the fun of it?
Sorry?
Should we each have one wing for the fun of it?
Yeah, I think you need a
Just
hot
one.
wing. Spice.
Okay,
spicy
so
life up.
just for everyone, when I eat Nando's mild, I cry.
Big one.
He took the biggest one possible.
It didn't look big from the other side. Do we have
Yeah.
tissues?
Don't worry, Doc, I've got you.
And everybody else?
No, I'm good.
No, Doc, I've got you. Here we go.
Thanks.
Boys.
Why did I suggest
I know
this?
one day Shay's gonna come for advice. So
Who do you think is coming for advice, me or him?
Sorry?
Who's gonna come for advice, me or him?
He, of course, he's gonna message me when I get home now.
facts. Doc, can I do this? Can I not do this?
Yo, dog, last night. Alright. Don't take the smallest one.
Nice, this one's nice.
Cheers,
Cheers, Doc. Is there anything that you can eat to enhance your sex life? Like the sauce, no?
Health diet, exercise, so stamina,
Mhm.
no smoking and vaping and drinking.
Okay, besides that,
I mean, you can do those things. Besides that, you can. Oh, there's educational porn that you can watch to improve, to learn more things. There's also because sex is also something that you need to learn, improve. So there are YouTube videos that can teach you how to use your mouth, your fingers, how you can last longer, the techniques that can help you last longer. So you can try all those.
I want to see where he's gonna go with this.
No, you know that.
It's real things. Like I was in a podcast with a sex professor, and she was like, "There's educational porn." I was like, "What?" They said that they porn, but then they stop and they explain how things happen. So because sex life.
So by the way,
Sex life is important. You guys are recording, right?
Yeah.
So because sex life is or physical relationship is as important as like I believe like every relationship is like half. Like two wings, like one wing is like physical, one wing is spiritual. It's not even that hot. It's not that hot.
Doc, you've had one bite.
Oh, okay.
On the top of my tongue.
It's rude to eat and speak. Okay, so I encourage everyone to like work on their physical sex life, improve it, learn techniques.
Don't tell him this.
Oh no, I'm just.
Because earlier today we were somewhere and we asked two girls because then you were coming on the podcast. No, am I lying?
You were gonna bring this up, but okay.
So we asked them.
That's a fact. He's telling a true story.
We asked these girls like, what would you rate your sex life out of 10?
Don't ask why we asked this.
Okay, that's good. Good
Yeah,
question.
it's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's a phenomenal question.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And the one said 5.5, and the other one said 0. And the third girl said 20.
Yeah.
And then the one said, yeah, she's having sex for both of us. But so you would advise to watch educational porn?
The one that said 5.5, sorry to cut you off, said the reason why it's a 5.5, so she's in a relationship. The reason why it's a 5.5 is because it's just become repetitive.
Like same thing, same position.
So I always comment on things and say, communicate. If things are getting boring, communicate. Why don't you initiate a different position or something else? So it's not like only the guy must do all these things.
Yeah.
And plus, you can spice up having like sex toys, which can even give you more pleasure. If like I'm against these things like where girls fake orgasms because when you fake it, you're basically kind of like lying to your partner. You're doing great. And you're not going to improve. It's not going to doesn't know it. Yeah, exactly. So if you communicate, if you have this good trust relationship, communicate, and then they will know and they work on it together. Worst case scenario, you can both go see a sexologist, or we can help you with whatever issues you're having.
We could be doctors,
so,
bro.
Hopefully we answered them, eh?
We literally said the same thing, just not the last part.
Yeah. But yeah.
But that is us.
But I need to eat that wing.
that is
because
not
you still
us.
speak. Are you gonna still film me until I finish?
We're gonna say goodbye.
You guys can.
Doc, thanks for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
But don't put the wing down.
Huh?
Don't put the wing away.
No, I'm not.
Is there any last few words you want to say to anyone out there? Any advice about anything?
What's happening? Am I gonna? Okay, can I just? I'm gonna
He's
eat it.
running
afterwards.
away.
I'm gonna eat it. Because I can't talk and eat and finish this whole thing.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Fair enough. Oh, no, we're not
Okay, now you can eat while he talks.
What is something that you could say to your girlfriend and to patients that you have?
Is this hurting you? I think that's fair. Why are you laughing?
It's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Same time next week.
Same time next week. You've had too long to think about this.
Bro, I was trying to think of another topic.
Same time. We don't have patients same time next week.
So you're wrong.
Shit.
This man said schedule with my receptionist.
Sick, are you sick? You need help.
He needs help. Do you guys have a conversation when you're doing, what was that? What was the one that I said is awkward? The prostate. Do you like talk to the people while you're busy? Because that's an awkward conversation for me.
No, we
personally.
don't look at
So you like a
conversation.
gynecologist
I can
also?
give you. That's already we finished. That was my first line I said when I came here.
You idiot.
So I had a patient that she had. My English is my third language, guys. Okay, so this lady was using a spray bottle to masturbate, but she used the top part where the cap is. So the cap stuck inside. So she came to the trauma unit to take it out, and I don't remember us having a conversation because I read the complaint, lay down, I took the thing out, and we just left. So
Luckily for
I was gonna give advice that she used for the other end, but I think it was inappropriate.
Don't advise the other end. Just advise to go buy a toy or something.
Toys are expensive.
Okay, for the 92nd time. Can you please eat your wing now?
I forgot he stopped eating.
It's not saucy enough, eh? Okay, but it does have mild from Nando's, so not even mild, eh?
What is this?
Only more 5 minutes ago. Which one did you put on this one?
Mm.
I think it's
Yo,
Yeah, it's just hot.
very hot, very hot. Tikka chicken. Yeah. You're actually doing quite well for somebody that does. Okay, let me not speak too soon.
Shaking.
Mm.
He's actually just hurting at the moment.
Shane, give him a steady stampy, man.
It's not that's hot.
Is this my one? Oh, thank you. Do you want this one?
No.
Oh.
It's milk. Milk helps.
From one doctor to another.
But Doc, once again, thank you so much. It was really fun having you on the show. It opened my eyes about many things. And I'm sure a lot of people that's watching.
At least one
Thank you
day
for
when he
having
does lose his virginity, he'll be safe about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said you speak many languages. So can you please say into that camera, like, subscribe, and share, but in Russian?
Wait, what languages do you speak?
So I speak Persian because I'm Persian. I speak Arabic because I was grew up in Arab country. I speak some English and Russian because I studied in Moscow.
So you went there.
But that was like
But Russian was fourth.
when I was in Russia, there was no like and share comment in social media,
Okay,
so I
now,
didn't use
what
those
was the
words.
first one? Persian.
Persian.
Like, share, and subscribe.
But to whom? You don't have Persian subscribers.
No, but I want you to say it in that language. Yeah, they. And you wanted to zoom.
You
Here's your
wanted
zoom.
to zoom, so here's your zoom.
I want the Zoom to run the whole thing, not when I cannot test.
They don't know, try after you.
What is like in Persian? Social media comment.
What's your strongest language that you know?
Probably like 70%, all of them. 60%.
Okay, Arabic. Can you say it in
I still
Arabic?
can't even speak English properly, bro. This man's here with 4 languages.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Ish, that's very difficult. Give me something easier. I can.
Follow us. Oh, subscribe. You can't say subscribe.
Subscribe. You can't even say it in English properly. So
Yeah,
that's-
thanks for watching.
Say
Say thanks for watching.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for watching in Afrikaans. Bye, thank you.
Baie dankie. Guys.
For
See,
coaching.
you guys even this. It's
No,
I don't
man.
speak
Jay.
What?
Wait, what? I'm gonna get it. What's the
Thank you
sentence?
very much for watching. Baie dankie dat julle het ingestel.
Bye, dankie.
Dat
Dat
julle
Jelle.
het
Ingestel.
Are you sure it's not like somebody's address? Can I say something before the recording? I worked at Tageberg, like one of my first days here. And then I was in this office and 2 doctors came in and I started speaking Afrikaans. And I was like, sorry guys, I don't speak Afrikaans. The guy that was my name.
crazy.
Baie dankie dat jy het ingestel.
Baie dankie.
Dat Jelle.
Het ingestel.
Het
It's fine.
het ingestel.
Het ingestaan.
Yeah.
There we go, guys.
Baie dankie dat Jelle
Het
ingestaan.
het ingestel.
Yeah. This guy. Whom not the Bafadi the boys at Delicious Walk One, what's going on? Thanks for another beautiful episode with Dr. Sia in the building.
Good stuff, James.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.